Hey, what's up, guys? It's Isus here with the Van Bros. Today we're going to be doing a deck profile on a on fan favorite. Not really fan favorite. It's kind of just my favorite. Rezael. So, to those who stayed in the video haven't clicked off yet. Oh my god, this deck is like my. I don't know. I love Rezael. I think Rezael is super fun. And I think I managed to come up with a build that I'm going to really enjoy now that we have a few pieces. This does use proxies for the Aichi icon deck coming out soon in May. Nothing else from future sets. But yeah, this is like how I would build it once the Aichi deck comes out, because I think that there's a card in there that really does fix or facilitate a lot of this deck's problems. Ride lane stays the same. Grade 0, Tranquila, Ascensior, and Rezael. For the main deck, we always go grade 3s first. So we have 4 copies of Vita. Vita is our, grade 3 evolution. Severely outdated, mainly because of the fact that you need to run extra grade 3s, unlike other evolutions which are just a straight up upgrade of the grade 3. You only need to run the original. Hell, some of them you don't even need to run the original. But yeah, Vita is a card that we run at 4. We run 2 copies of regular Rezael. We run 2 copies because we need it for Vita's skill. So I don't like running 3. I feel like 3 is a bit too much. I don't think you'll ever actually get 2 or more than 2 Vita turns before this deck just dies. So I think 2 is fine. And you have enough draw to see them. 2, Gabuelius. Gabuelius is a great discard target because you're just going to be calling it off of Rezael's skill once it's time to call it. Like I said with the original Rezael, you don't need to worry about running 2 because you're going to see it with all the amount of draws that we have in this deck. So yeah, 2 is perfectly fine. Now, previously I used to run this card at 2, but I'm running this at 3 now. I think Refistor is definitely something that I can see myself running back at 2, but I think 3's a little better, not only because you can search your Rezael pieces with him, but because you still want to see it, and also he's a great discard target. Like I said, a lot of the cool thing about Rezael is that everything is a good discard target because you can just call it back. This card I'm not too sure I want to keep running at 3. Noberis is just one of the best cards Rezael's ever gotten. And I don't know if I want to do 3 or if I want to bump him up to 4 and cut a card that I run at 4 down to 3. The extra testing will let me know whether or not I want to cut him down. But for now, we're going to be running him at 3. So the main reason why I decided to rebuild this deck is Lake Maiden Lien. Lake Maiden Lien does a lot of things for this deck that just honestly make it like it picks up the slack that the deck picked up when we lost her down. Lien is kind of like Sir Down. Not really, but she helps because you can discard her for ride line, call her back, draw, discard, which, like I said, it doesn't matter what you discard because Rezael could just revive it. You pitch Lien, call it back for ride line, and then like what's it called, you draw into your Refistor, you can discard that. Now you have a unit out of deck, you have Refistor ready to be called by Rezael skill. Or let's say you draw into a Vita or a Rezael, and you don't necessarily want to discard it. The deck is full of discard targets, which just it makes this card just super plus. I don't think you really care for the Soul Blast to call it a stand, but just that skill alone of just being able to call her down and drawing and discarding is is plenty, in my opinion. So we run 4 copies of Soel. He's your counter charger, he's extra shield, and he's also the card I was referring to when I said I wouldn't mind cutting it to play an extra copy of Noberis. I want to try 4. Previously when I ran 3, I didn't really see it much, so I thought, why even brought it at all? But he does still have his applications, and he does still have his he does still have like his pros. Not only is he a 13k booster just by having a Rezael Vanguard, like I said, he also countercharges and goes into the soul. We also run 3 copies of Dissection Angel. You could run 4 honestly by dropping like a Lien or even dropping like Rifistor, but honestly I think 3's fine. We run 3 copies of the PG, and then we run 1 Sanctitude. We run 5 Regalis because it's just the best Regalis piece. We run 4 Nebula Knight Order because it's a perfect discard target. You'll notice we're not running Teeth Vault. 1, there's no room, and 2, Teeth Vault and Nebula Knight's Order is good in other decks. I think my big issue with Teeth Vault and Nebula Knight's Order is that before, when you were running Teeth Vault, you were running it with Wisdom, which were both live on the same turn. The problem now is that Teeth Vault is no longer live on your turn 2. It is now live on turn 3 going forward. And to me, that's not as convincing to run as opposed to before. So I still don't know. I mean, obviously I know that Nebula Knights is a great card, and if you own them, run them. But I don't know if I want to run Teeth Vault in this list. Triggers, Red OT, 3 fronts, 4 heals, and 8 crit. That's the list. I'm going to be testing this stuff out later at locals, and I'll let you guys know how it is. I think the list itself is pretty solid. I don't hate the inclusion of Leon. I don't think anybody would. But still, there are room. There is room for there's room to fix. The one thing I did want to see is what do you guys do for Rezael? How do you guys build Rezael? I try to build it a bit realistic. I know I'm not gonna see all my Rezael pieces. I'm not gonna see like multiple turns with Vita before it dies, so I try not to run too many cards like Liel. I think Liel is bait in Rezael, because if you're gonna plan on decking somebody out, you might as well just be playing Luard. And if you're trying to go super aggro, you might as well be playing Youthberg. The sad part is Rezael has kind of lost out on both avenues to stronger, better decks that can do what it does but better. But time will tell. Honestly, time will tell. And we still don't know if Rezael's going to get a new form, or if we're kind of screwed to have this thing be the main boss for its deck. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and let me know down below what you guys think of this list.